Hey guys, I wanted to make a quick video for you about how happiness is a choice. So recently I had a very, traumatic experience, and I'm not going to tell you what it was, but I will tell you that in order for my eyes to be this clear and for me to feel this happy after what just happened to me, it took discipline and it took conscious choices in how to spend my time and how to bring myself back to balance and back to a sense of peace and inner strength and happiness, even delight. I think that with certain things, like for example, I don't know if you do, but I have 3 different kinds of PTSD and anxiety. And most of my life I didn't know that. And I didn't know what to do about it. I just knew I felt upset pretty much all the time. And so I wanted to drink or to do whatever I could to numb that feeling because I didn't understand it and I didn't like it. And I didn't like myself at that time. I thought maybe I'm unhappy because I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not rich enough. I'm not something enough. But the reality is, I was always enough. And so are you. And especially with Facebook, it's so easy to compare ourselves to other people. Why don't I have a horse? Why am I not married? But all we can really aspire to do to have a happy and healthy life is to be our best self. We aren't competing with other people unless we allow ourselves to in our mind. That never gets you anywhere. That doesn't disclude inspiration. You can be very inspired. I have a new friend named Carly, and she has had a horse most of her life. I can't even fathom how amazing it would be to have a horse. So that's the difference between inspiration. Instead of getting angry and sad and going, well, why didn't I ever have a horse? And I will never have a horse. These are the thoughts we have to look out for. I will never, I can never. Watch your thoughts because your thoughts really do become reality. So if you're thinking, I'll never stick to my diet, I'll never, have a relationship that's good and that's healthy, I'll never get along with my family, I'll never, cut out never, and replace it with this relationship is difficult, but if I am patient and honest and kind and communicative, then it can improve, and if not, maybe I don't need it in my life. We have to learn to put ourselves first. I just did a lunch break yoga video, and I would rather watch stand-up comedy, but the reality is I know what yoga does for my life, so I make time for it, which leads me to the simple recipe. Now that I have life coach clients and they are succeeding, one of them has lost 8 pounds in a month and a half. Also, this particular person struggles with very, shall we say, dark thoughts. When I met them, not much hope and not really wanting to be alive, which I have been there in my past. So I reached out to this person and it turned into a really beautiful friendship and sort of filled with reciprocity, and we really lift each other up and help each other in difficult things in life. It's lovely. But it also has taught me that even though I've been very hard on myself about some things, like, I had some very self-destructive habits, like drinking and dating men that didn't care about me, and because I didn't feel like I was enough. But the point of that is nobody's perfect. And all we can do every day is start where we are, love ourselves, look in the mirror and say, I love you to yourself, just as you are. Because I believe that God loves us just as we are right now. Or you can call it your higher self or source or whatever spiritual term is preferable to you. I think that I'm not going to get too much into spirituality because that's a touchy thing for people, but I want to share the very simple things I do. Hi, David. Nice. To help me be happy. So, sorry I rambled, but part of having this life coach client has showed me in certain ways I've been very disciplined for many, many years. I was a swimsuit model. I'm an actress. I dance. And because of this, I've always been fairly good when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to consistent exercise. And because of the anxiety and PTSD, I've had to develop a very lovely, profound practice of meditation. I have been fortunate enough to study with masters and with monks, and I find that meditation is something everyone can do. And be gentle with yourself. Start very basically. Close your eyes, play some nice music, set a timer. And it's going to be uncomfortable at first. Your thoughts might race. You're going to think of anything you could do besides meditate. Meditate anyway. You will see a difference in your patience, in your communicative abilities, in your dreams, in your desire to pursue your dreams instead of get stuck like a hamster in a hamster wheel, which we all do. When we meditate, it takes time, but with time and consistency, it absolutely enhances your life experience, your ability to be patient with your kids, with your spouse, with yourself, most importantly. It's beautiful. So number one, I say meditate every day, even if it's for 5 minutes. If you want to PM me, I can send you some videos that helped me. It just takes time and practice. It is a skill, like being a tennis player or being a swimmer, being an athlete. It's time for us to be an athlete of our mind, which brings me to the next thing, which is nutrition. Nutrition is a tricky thing. Some people seek comfort in food. I seek comfort in sugar. I love sugar. Sugar releases endorphins in my brain. It makes me feel super happy and excited, and I feel like a little kid. Those of you that know me know I kind of feel like a little kid most of the time anyway, but I feel like a little kid on sugar. However, once that crash happens, my thoughts are racing. I'm anxious, I'm tired because sugar dehydrates you. It brings you up, then it brings you down. So it's kind of like how alcohol is. Alcohol was very comforting to me. I felt relaxed. I felt no social awkwardness. I felt beautiful enough. I thought these things were real. But once the alcohol goes away, you feel like crap. You feel tired and you know, the point is, let's try to think about the best thing for our long-term self. I can do something to make me feel good right now, but in the long run, it's going to make me feel like crap. Whereas it's the opposite with exercise, and I'm not talking about anything difficult. The thing I want to suggest today is a walk. Take a walk every day. Whatever pace you like, throw in some headphones. 30 minutes is an ideal goal, but if you need to start with 10, start with 10. Walk around your neighborhood. Our habits are very tricky. We are accustomed to, oh, I don't have time. I don't have time to exercise. Well, we have time to look on Facebook for 3 hours. I'm speaking for myself. We have time to waste reality. Even if we have kids, even if we have jobs, we can find an hour a day altogether to dedicate to our well-being and to being centered and to being strong and happy and fulfilled. And yes, that does come with the difference in our body and how we look. I shy away from superficiality as a bikini model. People treat you a certain way, and a lot of that I don't like and I don't condone. I'm not here to say exercise just to look good, because I don't frankly care about that anymore. I like to look a certain way, sure, but I like to feel a certain way even more. I like to not feel overwhelmed by life. And I like to not feel like I'm trudging from one minute to the next. When I meditate, which I do every day, when I take my walk, when I do yoga, and 3 pages of journaling a day is my last suggestion. Do this for a month. Do this for a month every day and tell me how you feel. The journaling takes between 5 and 15 minutes, 3 pages of free flow consciousness writing. Do not judge it. Do not share it. Do not read it to anyone. You need a place and a space where you can be yourself, where you can be honest about how you really feel about what that friend did. Is there some resentment in there? Because that's natural, that's human, that's a part of life. But the sooner we can let it go, the less likely it is to come out in other areas of our life. I'm also noticing with my life coach clients that, to overcome the traumas I've had, I was kidnapped in Thailand. I don't know who knows that, but I've put myself in some really stupid situations, and that caused me a lot of heartache and pain and trouble just waking up and having a normal life. But I was blessed enough to have really, really good therapists and really good teachers and a great art therapist. And I spent a lot of time working on my shit and admitting to myself where I could be a little stronger. But we have to do that with compassion. This isn't, oh God, why'd I eat that cookie? I'm bad. That's bad. No. You got to pay attention to your inner critic. How do you talk to yourself? That matters more than how you talk to anyone else. I have learned to say, well, I slipped up. Oops, I made a pretty bad mistake. Oops, I said something I shouldn't have said. I did something I really wish I didn't do. Guess what? I love myself. I forgive myself. I move on. Do I want to repeat the mistake? No. But if I do, well, I love myself anyway. You better believe it. Because at the end of the day, everything in our life is better if we love ourselves. I didn't love myself for most of my life. That's why I say this with conviction and with a genuine passion, to where if you're suffering in any of the ways that I did forever because I didn't love myself, I want to relieve that. I want to help you relieve that, because a lot of people helped me. But it also took dedication on my part, extreme dedication, and a lot of time. So I'm asking you to start with simple steps. Start with 1 hour a day dedicated to taking a walk, writing 3 pages in a journal, meditating. Start with 5 minutes, then you go to 15, then you go to 30. A lot of people stop at 30. That's fine. Again, PM me if you need to learn how to do this. But it's possible to overcome anything. I don't know what your struggles are. I don't know what your financial situation is. I don't know how your relationships are, but here's what I do know. All of that is something solvable. All of that can change with your attitude, with your self-love, and with your dedication to yourself first and foremost. Everything else gets better. And even the hard days, they're not overwhelming. Hard days for me used to feel like the Wizard of Oz, hard years. Felt like that one scene in the Wizard of Oz when everything's flying around. She doesn't know where the hell she is. Thank God she has a dog, because nothing else makes sense. I felt like that for decades. Now, I feel like, okay, this is hard, but I'm driving the boat now. I'm not letting the world drive the boat. I'm not letting other people tell me how to feel or what to stand up for or what to believe in. I ask God these things. You can ask the higher power of your understanding, or ask the universe. Be open. Be open to having a spiritual life, because it's powerful. I'm very careful in how I say that, because a lot of people that claim to be spiritual are not. They're bad people. They're confused, they're misguided, and they are misguiding other people. So I want to be very gentle with my words. But when I say that my spiritual life has given me phenomenal experiences, strength when I had none, compassion when I thought I had run out. A proper spiritual life and healthy diet and exercise can handle anything. Not to mention, I've seen spinner dolphins, whales. I've been to Spain. I've been to Paris. I've been so lucky to travel with so many people. I've been on an 18-day cruise through the Panama Canal. I've lived in Thailand, which I love Thailand. Even though something scary happened there later, I love it. I've had these adventures because even before I believed in myself, I believed in adventure. I have always believed in adventure. Where do you want to go? That's what I want to leave you with. Where do you want to go? If you could go, thank you, Ashley. I miss you. We're so close to not see each other. We need to fix that. But if you could go anywhere in the world, where would it be? Go. If I can go, anybody can go. I've had $5 in the bank, won a trip to Paris, gone there, and all I could afford is art museums and bread. But you know what? So what? That makes it even more romantic, even more fucking beautiful that I just woke up one day and decided I could go to Paris. Because we can what we think we can do, what we dream we can do. So don't get stuck on your hamster wheel. And don't tell yourself you can't. And don't tell yourself you don't have time. Make time for yourself. Stop with the excuses. We've all got them. But guess what? You don't get happy with excuses. You get happy by taking action. Action takes discipline. It takes 21 days to form a habit. So I'm going to challenge you for 21 days to do the things I mentioned. In summation, write 3 pages a day in your journal. Take a walk at whatever pace you want, ideally with some music in your headphones, for 30 minutes a day. Anywhere. If you live near a beach, get to the beach. If you live near the redwoods, get to the redwoods. We're a little fortunate in California. We have all of that stuff. Wherever you are, find the most beautiful place and put yourself in it as often as you can. Get outside. After we're little kids, we forget to play outside. Don't forget. Okay? So let's be strong together. Let's thrive. Let's see the world. You know where I'm going to go next? Greece. I have my bathroom decorated like Cyprus. I'm going to go to a Greek island, and mark my words, by God, I will. I have stapled fake flowers all around a big wall decal that looks like if you punched a hole in my wall, you'd be in the Greek islands. Because you know why? Because it works. If I believe that shit, I can achieve that shit. And I will, and I have. I'm also going to donate water. Well, not just water. So in Africa, I wanted to finance a well, and I realized the warlords were taking over the wells, which is ridiculous. But now they've invented a straw that can make any water drinkable. So I want to get a bunch of these straws and give them to people in Africa, because it would really suck to not have water. I don't even like when I don't drink alkaline water. I'm a little hippy dippy about that shit. But my point is, my reward is to ride a hot air balloon over the Serengeti. I want to see zebra butts from a hot air balloon. Be specific about what you want. Then you can have it. Okay? You can have anything you want. Love yourself first. Take care of yourself. And try to care about your future self, because you're going to be you forever. So be kind to yourself and others. Have a blessed day. Ciao.